Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration podcast. As always, I'm your host, Shravan. We've got Karita here with us today. I was almost going to say we've got Tyrone here with us, as I usually do.
No deal. I've replaced him permanently.
So today we're going to be talking about Michael. I watched this the weekend it came out, so about a month ago, actually. And I've been meaning to do an episode on it, but I felt like it was something that I could have done it by myself, but I feel like it's something that
Need to discuss some
needs
stuff.
discussion.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been able to do it justice just on my own.
I watched it like 4 days ago.
As you might already know, this movie has been very successful box office wise. So opening weekend, it made about 100 million in the US only, which is the biggest opening for a music biopic. Global opening was 217 million, which was also huge. But I guess the opening weekend just demonstrates how much hype or like fans there are for Michael Jackson. But what this is now demonstrating is how it's continued to do well over time. So even after a month, it's still running very well at the moment. So it's already the highest grossing music biopic in the US. And it's currently the second highest worldwide, just behind Bohemian Rhapsody.
But who's it? What are the other music biopic movies that are competing with it? It's just Bohemian Rhapsody.
Just Bohemian Rhapsody now.
There's no other big movies?
There's like Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, yeah.
There's that Elton John movie, but none of them did anywhere near this.
Yeah.
So
Straight Outta Compton was, like, a lot of people watched it.
Yeah, it did. That actually had the previous record for the highest opening.
Yeah.
But it didn't continue to do as well.
I can't wait for the Diddy movie.
But in terms of the highest grossing biopics, so not just music biopics, it's Oppenheimer. That's the highest.
Yeah.
Which is actually only a little bit more than Bohemian Rhapsody. I think it's about 980 million. So currently this is sitting at 715 million worldwide. So, and I was just telling you before, it hasn't opened in some markets, namely Japan, where Michael was massive. He was massive everywhere, but he was massive in Japan. So people are expecting this to make $1 billion now, which will make it the highest grossing biopic of all time. There's some interesting things about the demographic split of people watching this movie. So what I would expect is probably people who have seen Michael in his prime would probably go and watch this, which is what is happening. But gender split wise, it's 61% female.
Well, I reckon he had a huge female following.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised there.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of younger people watching this, right?
Yeah. So in terms of age,
because TikTok's gone crazy. So like his songs are trending all of a sudden. People are doing all these.
Yeah. So the biggest cohort that are watching this are 18 to 34. So 55% of people watching it are in that cohort.
That's me.
Yeah, I guess. Just.
But yeah.
But I think it has been embraced by Gen Z in a way that people weren't expecting it to be embraced.
Yeah.
So,
and it's actually one of those things where I swear like that phrase has never been used before where I'm actually like happy about it.
Yeah.
Like when Gen Z embraces something, often it's because we're pissed off about it or something. But no, it's actually good to see people like listening to the stuff that we kind of grew up with.
Yeah, yeah. Because, Gen Z, he was basically dead by the time they were born. Like,
they would have been like 4 years old, 5 years old.
Yeah.
What, 2008?
2009.
2009. Yeah. Who've been less than 10 years old.
So like they wouldn't have really ever seen him alive. And they only would have heard his music through, maybe their parents or others. So they're embracing that music now. And I think...
Well, do you reckon that Bohemian Rhapsody did that for Queen? I don't think it did.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The thing with Bohemian Rhapsody is it did really well in Europe and international markets. It didn't do that well in the US. Like did okay, but nowhere near as well as this.
Queen was big in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Were they big in the US?
They were decent, but not like Michael.
Because they're English.
So, yeah.
Michael Jackson is just Michael Jackson, man. I don't know. Like, What else do you say? For those that are rap fans, Drake recently dropped 3 albums, and his main album of the 3, it's called Iceman. It's a picture of him because he bought the auctioned off Michael Jackson glove. And so
okay.
that album cover is that glove, which I found it interesting. I doubt he did the timing on purpose, and he always talks about how he's bought all this stuff and he's bought masters. But yeah, that's just come out and that's got there you go. I don't know. Maybe it's good timing.
The other thing we should probably talk about is the critics versus audience on this. So the critics score on Rotten Tomatoes is 38%. When it first opened, I think it was in the 20s. It has gone up a little bit since then. The audience score is 97%.
I get it though, right? Like we'll go into this later, but as we said before, it's nothing to do with this movie. This movie actually, if you purely analyze it from a movie point of view, I think it's actually kind of very average.
Yeah.
In fact, you could even say it's crap.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed the shit out of it, mainly because of Michael Jackson and the music. So it all makes sense. The whole phenomenon of the critical analysis being pissed off and then audiences loving it.
I think there is an element of the critics also expecting this to be a different kind of movie to what it is. A lot of the critics, so they do bring up quite valid points in terms of the movie, but I think they were also expecting them to go into other parts of his life, which they just didn't.
The controversial parts?
Yeah.
So did his family produce this movie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So then why were the critics expecting that then?
Yeah, his family are the executive producers. His nephew is playing Kim. So obviously they were not going to show him
exactly.
in a negative light. And we can talk about where they sort of finished this movie as well. Sequel has been announced actually recently, 2 days ago.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they are going to.
No, it's gonna be like 2032 or something. When's it gonna be?
Well, they've just started development, so yeah, it'll be a while before it comes out. And the only loophole, I guess, in this that they really should have picked up on is they actually filmed about 3.5 hours of footage for this, and it was going to span basically his whole life, and a lot of the plot points were going to revolve around the 1993 allegations. So there's 2 sets of allegations, 1993 and 2003. 2003 went to court properly. 1993 was settled out of court, and they were going to address the 1993 case, but as a part of the clause of the settlement for that case, they said they couldn't actually ever talk about this in any form of dramatization.
I'll be happy for them to totally skip this crap.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not going to be unbiased. It's not going to be analytical. So then just skip it. And so we can go into other parts of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. More focus on the artist, I guess, more than.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the art more than the artist. Yeah. So originally it was meant to come out April last year, 2025. Got postponed to October, which then got postponed again to this April. So it was postponed a couple of times. It's a success.
Still going strong.
Yeah, and
probably go strong for the next. I reckon it's got another 4 months of legs, bro. If you haven't 4 months of legs, well, if it hasn't opened in Japan, there's gonna be some other countries, right? Is it opening in Korea and stuff?
Korea just recently, I think, in the last week or so.
So Korea will last 2 months. Japan will last 3 months.
Yeah. There are other big summer movies coming out.
Recently, Michael Jackson musical was also, they've been going around and I've heard very good things about them.
Yeah, the musical's meant to be good. Apparently, that someone was saying, in the last week, he had the most streams on Spotify, the biggest movie in the world, because it was back to number 1 again last week in terms of the box office, and then the biggest book sales, because he actually has a book that he wrote.
Oh.
So apparently on Amazon, that was the highest selling book last week. So all at once.
What the hell?
All at once, Michael had all 3.
Also, good trivia is that the moonwalk is actually not the moonwalk. The dance move
that he does,
that we all think is the moonwalk, is actually, that's not what he does.
Yeah.
There's a different dance move that's actually called the moonwalk, but people got it wrong, and then that was a dance move he'd made up, and so everyone just started calling it the moonwalk, and then he invented it, yeah.
Although, I think he was inspired, I don't know if they show this in the movie actually, but he didn't actually create that dance move. I think he saw someone else doing it, and then he...
Yeah, I've seen a whole documentary about the whole process of that, and that show where he introduced it and everyone going crazy.
So I guess we can get into our thoughts on this movie. You're fresh out of it, so maybe we'll start with you.
As I said before, like very enjoyable experience, but because I love his music, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like probably the closest I've been. I don't think I've ever been. Yeah, there's only a few artists that bring me to tears, and I think I kind of get very emotional with Michael Jackson, mainly because of like, I mean, obviously he's separate. Like, it's kind of a tragic tale if you
It
think
is.
about it in all aspects, right? It's kind of he had a fucked up childhood, and then I personally believe he ended up being a fucked up person as well in his private life. And for a guy that has so much talent, and like no one has this much, who has this much good music in their arsenal? Like, mate,
And
no,
just like
honestly, no one.
universally liked. Like who
Universally liked, and
doesn't
just,
like it?
yeah, and
Yeah.
this music is not like, it goes beyond genres. Like,
Yeah.
you can't really define this, right? And I
Yeah. I
think that's
think
why he's liked by everyone.
like they call him the king of pop, but like
He
I think
invented pop.
yeah,
His music was just popular, and
that's
so
right. I think it's just popular, but I don't think it's like within any genre because he goes between like R&B to
yeah. And there's like
yeah,
guitars randomly. There's
yeah,
like some soulful stuff. Yeah. But I specifically remember, I think I was in like year 11 in school, yeah, 2009, right? When he died. And I went to like a massive hole of finding out more and more about him, stuff I didn't even know, even though I loved his music just more. And so like I spent a whole year just like from then until I finished school, just rediscovering his music.
yeah,
And so it's just great. There's actually some songs that I struggle to listen to without getting too emotional as well, like Human Nature
yeah.
and like Stranger in Moscow. I'm like, bro, I can't listen to this too much. I'll get like too in my feelings. So it was good and those songs haven't even like come up in the movie yet. So it's like,
No, yeah.
so
They haven't even got into that era yet. Yeah.
yeah. So I think just the whole feeling of it was good. But I agree with the critics. The movie itself is it actually starts off pretty good. But I feel it's supposed to be hitting notes at certain parts in the movie, and I don't think it strikes those notes. Like, there are certain storylines where they really don't emphasize the outcome of that storyline. Are we going into spoilers?
We can later. Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
later.
let's
Sure, yeah. But I
talk
think
our
there's
thoughts.
certain things that you want to hit when it comes to arcs of a character, and they didn't really hit it. And I think those arcs were actually very easy to hit. They just
Yeah.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
Mate. And I have a feeling, from what you're saying, if that's true, like they had to cut 90 minutes of the movie, I think maybe originally some of these points were maybe not even supposed to be the focus.
Yeah.
And then maybe they had to do a bit of rejigging around, and that's why they couldn't probably hit certain points correctly because the focus was supposed to be on something else. And
Yeah.
the movie just, it just ends, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
That's what, like... Because it's supposed to be, no one's going into this thinking there's going to be another part. This is supposed to be a standalone
they never
movie.
really announced that it was going to be two
The
parts. The
intention of the whole thing was for one movie.
It was meant to be one. Yeah. And I think
the ending it's not an ending, man.
Yeah.
The movie just ends.
Yeah. And I think Lionsgate, maybe they're like, we've had to cut out all this stuff. Let's release a movie that's essentially a first part. Let's just see how it goes. Because I think they didn't know how well this would do. I think there was an unknown. Because actually going into this, like 1 or 2 weeks before, there wasn't really that much hype for this movie.
Mate, I didn't even know this movie was a thing.
Yeah, like no one really knew
I don't
about
know
it.
this is a thing. And that's as a Michael Jackson fan, and I think my algorithm is based around like music and stuff. If I haven't been told about this, other people also wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And Michael Jackson fans, unless like you're really following it, like the older generation, as in my dad introduced me to Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So like, if they definitely don't know. But
Yeah.
they're the ones that would want to watch this.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
it's like,
But I think what's happened is whether they planned it or not, it's all just been word of mouth. So I think people have just been saying, "Oh, this Michael Jackson movie," and then it's just spread. And now everyone's watching it.
I saw like streamers on their live stream just like started playing Michael Jackson hits and just started dancing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually great to see.
Yeah.
Because normally it's some piece of crap like Drake song or something stupid. And all of a sudden they're playing like 90s Michael Jackson pop and dancing to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not even what streamers don't even do this stuff.
Yeah.
It's either you make dumb TikTok videos or whatever it is. It's like these guys are just dancing on stream.
Yeah.
And this is a guy who had like an audience of, this guy had 30,000 people watching him live.
Jeez, okay.
So that's like, so it's like, it's kind
It's
of just
spread.
expanding. It's, someone will
Yeah.
hear that music, and people will be like, oh, Michael Jackson film was out.
Yeah.
They'll go watch it. They'll do the same thing. They'll interact.
And then like just the
It'll just go crazy.
just the social media reactions with people in the cinema, essentially just like a concert. Like people are just like jumping up and dancing and singing
Really?
while the songs are happening. So it's just
That's sick.
Yeah.
I went to watch it by myself.
Like there was no one else in the cinema.
That's the end of my story. Yeah, there was like 4 people there, but it was good. But yeah, I wish there was a concert going on. That'll be sick.
Like the show, because we watched the opening weekend. It was full. It was I don't think there was like a seat empty, and people they weren't dancing.
Was there anything competing against Michael in the box office
that weekend, or like just
Project Hail Mary?
That was already pretty old
out
by the time this came out.
So
Devil Wears Prada 2.
Oh yeah,
It released a week after it, and that did give it
that's
some
also
competition.
doing well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's also doing really well. So I think,
but I feel like they're not really competing for
it's
audiences,
like different.
right?
I guess like
So Michael's released at a pretty favorable.
I mean, looking
time.
at the demographics of this, like again, the mostly female. Devil Wears Prada will also be mostly female, but I think that probably has exhausted its in terms of like what it can extract from a revenue perspective. I think it was all front loaded, whereas this seems a bit more. It has longer legs, I think. In terms of my thoughts, I thought Jaafar Jackson was really good, actually.
Yeah.
There's a part in the movie where, so he first gets introduced, but you don't see him. You just hear his voice. And I just forgot that Michael Jackson sounded like this.
Yeah, he sounds like a fucking
like,
weirdo.
because I heard him, I'm like, wait, who's that? And then it was him.
Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
I was like, oh, wait, yeah, that's how he used to sound as well. Because then I went and saw his interviews and stuff, and like, he sounded like that. So he got the voice like perfect. Because that's not, and watching interviews of Jaafar, he doesn't sound anything like that. So he obviously put the voice.
Also, the kid also did really well.
The kid was amazing.
Who played
too.
Michael Jackson like
as a child? Yeah. He was
as
great
he was
as
in
well.
Jackson 5. Yeah.
Colman Domingo as the father,
Joe Jackson.
was really good as well.
What is this guy? Does he look like that?
No, so I think they did really well because he does look a lot like Joe Jackson, and same with Jaafar as well. So like, and Michael Jackson, his life has a lot of drama in it. So if you study anything about like his whole life, every single part of it, there's so much drama. So if anything, this movie like glosses over a lot of stuff. Like they could have actually delved into so many different things about his life, which they don't really touch. But Michael Jackson also has very distinct looks throughout his life. Like based on the way he looks, you can tell what era it was, like what album it was. So every single album he evolves in terms of the way he looks, and they kind of touch on why that was the case in this movie.
So that was the thing, is they only touched on it.
Yeah.
But that was a big thing.
Yeah.
So let's just we're going to spoil it. I mean it's his life, so it's not really a spoiler.
And it has been a month since it's come out. So we'll jump into spoilers.
Well, one of the big things that I remember when I was like watching these documentaries back in the day was that and they only touch upon this once in the movie, was Joe Jackson used to talk about how Michael Jackson's nose was so big and fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a constant thing. Like he would bully his son about it. Man, it's the weirdest relationship. They called their dad Joe.
Yeah. Joseph.
Yeah.
Not even Joe. And that's what he demanded of them. Like he said, I'm not your dad. Call me
I'm your
Joseph.
manager.
Yeah.
It's weird. But made fun of this guy's appearance and like his nose and all that sort of stuff.
So he had like so much insecurity, I think, from his dad as well.
100%.
Yeah.
He was getting cooked by this whole performance thing at a young age and fame and all that sort of stuff. But your own dad, who's your manager and is your dad, is just shitting on you.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
So I think that led to him like just being so self-conscious of his looks. And like
he's had I think he's had like, how many times has he had a nose job? It was like 12 times. He had multiple. It's like a proper disorder, right? Where like
he just kept wanting to do it.
Obviously, it's like the first time, you can say you fixed it.
Yeah.
he's had a procedure, but it's the obsession with the fact that something's not perfect, and he just kept having it until he looked like Voldemort, unfortunately. Like, his nose was cooked.
Well, I think
and then he
what
started
he-
having chin implants. Then he started getting beard individually implanted onto his face. Like, it's a whole body dysmorphia thing.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people suffer from this sort of stuff, but you can kind of empathize with why. If
I think, yeah.
you don't
can
have a
sort of-
childhood and you get absolutely shat on by your dad, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I think the other thing they didn't really touch on, and hopefully they touch on it in the second one, because it becomes more prevalent in the second half of his life, is his relationship with the media. Because the media, I don't think he was loved in the media. Like, not the way he was portrayed anyway, especially in the second half of his life.
I think the
Yeah.
media were out to get him,
Yeah.
but his fans always loved him.
But yeah, I think coming back to Jaafar Jackson, they do show him changing his appearances. Like, by the end of the movie, which ends with bad, he looks different. He looks different enough to tell that, he's sort of been changing his looks over time. And there's other stuff that happens to
And
him
they
as
also
well.
don't. They talk about the fact that he applies a cream to his hands because he's got vitiligo and it's to help with the complexion.
Yeah.
And they actually don't talk about it after that. That's the only time it's mentioned. That's it.
Yeah.
I
Because
thought
I
they
think it
might.
got to the stage where, because initially they'd put like black makeup to camouflage the vitiligo, which was pale. But then it got to the stage where there was so much pale skin that it was easier to just make him pale rather than make him black.
Yeah.
So that's what happened to him. That's why he ended up just looking pale later in his life.
Honestly, I feel like, but I also think like, I mean, if your skin is just changing and you're losing your melanin, like, it's really fair. Like, it's hard to know. I mean, who knows what bleaching your skin, whatever it is, but also like, fair enough. Like, if you just want to even out your skin tone because of this autoimmune condition that you have, it's like, yeah, fair.
And it's also because he was in front of the cameras so often, right? So he didn't want to, I think he was so self-conscious of the way he looked that he'd want to keep a consistent, skin pattern. Yeah. So it was, but talking about the music side of things, so coming to my negatives about the movie, it's definitely a flawed movie. Like, I think they just gloss over a lot of things. Pacing is really up and down. He was a musical genius. Like, whatever you think about him as a person, I think in terms of his music, I don't think you can argue that he was one of the greatest artists of all time. So,
and he also made like this, the way he sings and stuff, that's all new. It's not like he copied anyone.
Yeah.
He, like, his whole mannerisms when he sings and like the little kind of, like the scream and like the ooh, and all that stuff. It's like, that's all new. Like, it's kind of, they didn't talk about that at all. Like,
no.
They kind of just show him, because he sings like just a normal, he sings well, but he sings like a normal person when he's in Jackson 5.
Yes.
Just like a kid.
It's only when he became the solo artist that he started to develop his
off the wall in that whole album. He just starts bringing personality.
Yeah.
They just kind of they do like a little rundown of like, oh, hey, I've got some tunes. Oh, I'm in the pool. Yeah, I'm gonna write some tunes. It's like, bruh, come on.
Yeah,
These
it would
are
have been
greatest. They went through that Thriller album as if it was nothing, to be honest. The greatest album you could argue of all time.
Yeah, it still is the highest selling album of all time. It probably never will be beaten. So
and exactly. And it won't be, because buying albums is not
no
a
one
thing.
does it anymore. Yeah.
But also, imagine what that equivalent would have been if that album was a thing during streaming. It would take over everything. It'd be like no one, that's how crazy that album was. Bro, they just kind of make it seem as if Michael was just chilling and then he came up with the tune and then he came up with the album.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, there's so much
It
more into that.
It'd been good to go into that creative process a bit more. And like, he was meant to be like a crazy perfectionist. Like, he discarded so many songs that he recorded because he thought they weren't good enough. And if they were actually released, which some of them were actually posthumously, they would have probably been hits as well. But he didn't like them enough to actually even release them. So, like, they didn't really go into that creative process as much. They also didn't talk about his relationship with Quincy Jones, who was the producer for his albums. This guy just turns up in the movie. Like, they don't even talk about how important this guy was.
Yeah.
So they met on the sets of a movie that Michael did before he became a solo artist called The Wiz. which was a remake of The Wizard of Oz with a all African American cast. Basically, he met Quincy Jones on the set of that movie,
Yeah.
and then that's when they decided to collaborate, and he became a producer for him. I don't think people understand how important he was because he essentially produced Off the Wall, Thriller, and Bad.
And he made all that, like producing as in he made the music, like all the other stuff. Like Michael Jackson's obviously really good, and he would understand what sort of music he needed, but all that background music is made and put together by Quincy Jones. Like that's not. I don't think people can appreciate. I don't think Gen Z even will actually appreciate what that is, because to produce back in that day, you need to essentially play every instrument. Like that's kind of what they were like back in the day. Here you can just you can just get Ableton up.
Yeah.
You just program some MIDI stuff and you change whatever instrument you want. It's all digital and
then
stuff
it's like you actually need and he got like Eddie Van Halen and all that for Beat It, and so he was I think.
And who's the Guns N' Roses dude? He's in another one, the guitarist. Yeah, there's a lot of
collaborations. So skip over all of that, which I would have liked a bit more, especially with Thriller, because Thriller, the album Thriller, they do spend a bit of time on it, but like, they also show that he didn't know what to call the album yet, because he was like shifting between the songs in terms of what to call it, and then he landed on Thriller eventually. Thriller was also, if you've seen the music video, which it's essentially like a short film, Thriller.
It's 17 minutes.
Yeah, it's a short film. And it was directed by a prominent horror film director, because he was inspired by horror films and body horror to make Thriller.
Yeah.
And then like there's other collaborations which I guess they didn't talk about, but Martin Scorsese directed Bad. The music video for Bad, which is also like a 15-minute video.
Yeah, man, they should have spent more time on this stuff. Like way more time.
Yeah.
And half the time, so I feel like the Bad one was maybe okay, but the Thriller, all they did during the Thriller scene was just show him dancing to Thriller.
Yeah.
Like there's surely
what
just
about, like,
way
the
more
makeup and like the
makeup,
whole design and
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the reaction, like, and also people went to watch like this. It was a phenomenon when Thriller came out, and the movie, the whole thing. It was it was a crazy thing to witness, right?
Yeah.
Like people, it's something, we don't have anything like that. No one comes out with like,
no one really does.
Well,
music.
firstly, no one has a patience for that shit.
Yeah.
No one's going to watch it. But like, no one comes out with these songs that are going to be as long as this, movie length or like mini movie and a new genre. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I would have liked, I think that's where they definitely, if they had
so many lost opportunities.
Yeah, if they had all of that, I think this would be even more successful if they actually went into all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think just the aura of the man, the music, the fact that it's evergreen, even in 50 years' time, people will still love this music. I think that's what's made this successful as it is. So, and I think they were smart in the sense that they didn't redo the songs. In the movie, it is Michael singing them. So it's the original track.
Yeah, you don't want to do some bullcrap where you get someone to... Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Because you can't replicate it.
Also, no one can replicate
it. Yeah, you can't.
No matter how good you are, you can't do it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I like the movie. Like, despite all of its flaws, as an experience...
I think it's very enjoyable. It was great.
As an experience, like, you're going to walk out and you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be one of those movies that it's the ultimate, like, movie that you always have playing in the background. That's like a movie I would just have on my TV.
Yeah.
Because, like, a song hits and you'll be like, sick. This song's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you always want that stuff.
Yeah. And there are stakes in the movie. So they do kind of manage to make Michael an underdog in his own story because of his relationship with his father.
Yeah.
Which they could have gone, again, more in-depth into. But Colman Domingo, he's intimidating in the movie. Like, there are parts of the movie where, when he goes and gets his nose job and then he, like, runs into his dad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's this guy going to do to him? Like, because I was actually scared for him because you see what he does to him when he's a kid. So like,
Yeah.
and he says even when he's like an adult, like he's going to hit him with his belt. So
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
yeah. So like, you're actually scared for Michael, and then when at the end of the movie where he finally figures out a way to like distance himself from his family, you do feel like, oh, there's a bit of redemption here for him.
It's also very interesting. It's also weird. Like, it's a weird family dynamic, but they don't go into it. But there's all these people that are like much older than Michael that are still like they're living at home.
Yeah, I don't know
Or they
how
kind of-
accurate that was because I
Yeah.
don't know if they actually were living at home at that stage. I know Michael was because
Yeah.
Michael was living at home with his parents even.
So that's how
Yeah.
kind of mentally controlled he felt
Yeah,
he was. Because like for us, it would just be like, all right, we'll see you later. You know?
yeah. And he was
I've
like,
got like $50 million. I'm just going to go
Yeah.
rent some other place. Like, even if you didn't want to move out, I'm just going to go have some other crib, you know?
yeah, but he
No.
felt like he was,
He's always coming back. Yeah, it's like...
yeah.
And
they
then he
didn't
had all
really,
these animals there, and they didn't probably go into... Like, they showed that you get one, but
yeah,
they didn't go into it. Like,
Yeah.
that was one big thing that he used to do, and they didn't kind of go into it, and the reason why, and...
yeah.
you
And
know?
they do start touching on the fact that he didn't have a childhood. Obviously, they show him when he's a kid and he's just touring all the time. But then there's a
And he
scene.
also doesn't have friends.
He doesn't have any friends. And then there's a scene where he goes to the toy store and then he comes home with all these toys. And he goes up to his brothers like, yeah, let's play like Twister tonight. And his brothers are like, what are you talking about, man? We're like,
Yeah.
like in
We're
our
like
mid-20s.
40. I've got kids at home. Yeah.
So they're like, they didn't want to do it. And then he ends up playing with his chimpanzee.
Bubbles.
So like, I think they start touching on the fact that this guy was like completely deprived of a childhood.
And it's also very, if you watch these interviews of him and his chimpanzee, he's like eccentric. Like, he's crazy. Like, Michael Jackson is crazy. Like, he comes off not normal.
Yeah.
Like, there's something going on, you know?
Yeah.
And also they approach that situation, the Pepsi commercial where he burns his hair and stuff. They don't talk about, like, that's a huge thing, man. If you need surgery to redo and put in stuff, or you need a wig permanently, or that's when he started getting on meds. Like, that's when
he became,
and they
started
didn't
becoming
talk about
dependent.
it.
Yeah.
But well, that's if his family are doing this, maybe they didn't want to talk about it. But how do you not? Yeah,
Yeah.
because like in a few albums' time, this guy's going to be dependent on propofol for any of the non-medical people. That's an anesthetic that you use to literally put someone to sleep, and that's what he needed.
To go to
just-
sleep.
To go to sleep, but he
Yeah.
also needed it just in general. So
Yeah.
he would have a higher dose at night, but he just needed it as like this thing throughout the day. Bro, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like,
Yeah.
you know.
But you
this
can
is-
start like pinpointing events in his life that eventually kind of led to his downfall. So that was one of them, that Pepsi thing. The second movie is a much more difficult movie to make than this one because it is the downfall of Michael Jackson. He has like by the end of his life.
It is, but I think because they haven't started making it yet, and they know what people love about this movie, I think they'll do it.
They'll probably
well.
focus on
do
the
it well.
music. Yeah. But
Yeah, focus on the music
yeah.
and still focus on how crazy that his life was.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can't get into the other stuff, and
Yeah.
they don't want to either. It's produced by his family.
Yeah.
Mate. And you know how much money so his family own the masters to his music.
Yeah.
So not only are they making money from this movie, but every time someone, so all streams, so I'm not sure if you know this, so this is the whole reason why the Taylor Swift thing, when she remade her masters, brought them back, was the most like amazing thing that someone's ever done. But back in the day, artists used to have a split with their recording label.
Mm.
And any time a song was played on the radio, it was considered a rerun of a live performance. And for live performances, the artists actually get a much bigger cut than the recording label does.
Mm.
And so that's why whenever something was getting played on the radio or there was concerts and stuff, the artists would make heaps of money.
Mm.
But when streaming became a thing, because it was not considered, and there was a whole reason for this, and I'm sure the recording label was able to figure out a way where they negotiated how things were classified, but it's not considered a live recording, it's considered you're using the data of the song or whatever is being played. And therefore, whoever owns the masters to that song, which is often the record label, they get paid. So it's like 80% goes to the record label, 20% goes to the artist. Whereas the other way around, it used to be like 80-20 the other way, right? And so what Taylor Swift did to get out of her recording label and get her masters was she was allowed to re-record and re-perform her songs. So she just re-recorded everything.
Yeah.
And then made her own masters, so much so that she got enough money and she was able to buy her original masters back. It was the craziest move anyway. The Michael Jackson family owns the masters, like the estate.
His estate,
owns,
yeah.
They
so
own
technically
that.
his family
are just making compounding money on this movie.
Yeah, well,
They'll
his
make money from
family they're executive producers, so they will be making money out of it, but they don't actually get anything out of his estate. His estate, I think his mum gets money out of his estate.
Oh, it's predefined, is it?
So it's only his mum and his kids. No one else actually gets any money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, smart. Good on him.
Yeah. So it's none of his brothers.
Actually, his kids are producers on this.
Yeah.
Because it says Paris Jackson.
Paris.
And
well, I don't know if Paris is, but Prince is, I think. Yeah.
I swear I saw Paris. Anyway.
Yeah. Other things that are skipped in this. So.
Oh, yeah, they're going to have to go through his relationships.
Which they haven't gone into.
They're going to have to go into that.
Yeah. Because
that is weird as well.
He married.
His relationships are weird, man.
Well, he married twice. Once to Elvis Presley's daughter. That was his first marriage.
Right. Yeah.
And then the second one to a nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was the one that was his mother to
Paris. To Paris
Prince.
And Prince.
Yeah.
And then
he's got another kid?
Blanket. He's called something else now, but
that was the kid on the balcony.
Yeah. That was through a surrogate, and no one knows who the mother is for that.
It's the same as a lot of people do that. Like Cristiano Ronaldo has that as well. With his son. Cristiano Ronaldo Jr.'s surrogate mother, no one knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they also don't really touch on his relationship with his siblings either. Like, they literally don't really even have any dialogue in the movie. And Janet's not even in the movie.
Well, she's not born yet.
Nah, she would have been.
Well, yeah, she would have been eventually. Yeah.
Nah, she would have been.
Even in it.
She's not. She didn't want to be in it. So.
So they took her out of it. So
So he only has. He's actually got two sisters. He's got
Latoya and Janet.
No, he's got three sisters.
Yeah.
Is it Reggie?
Oh,
she's the older one.
Yeah.
She's not in it either. So only Latoya's in it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's drama between all the siblings and all the
and
production.
So Janet's like, I guess she is the
Janet was the only other person to make it out solo.
More successful.
Solo
yeah,
dolo.
She's the second most successful in the family. So yeah, she might have her reasons for not being included, but yeah. But they don't really touch on any of that. So yeah, we've already gone through a lot. So there's so much drama in Michael Jackson's life.
Yeah.
Like so much.
Oh man.
Yeah. But I guess his legacy lives on through his music, and that's what this movie's about. So yeah.
Well, I hope they do even more music in the next one.
Yeah.
And I hope, as you said, they go deeper into the behind the scenes of these albums and the behind the scenes of these tours and even behind the scenes of his popularity. Like, they didn't properly go into that.
Yeah, like, I don't think people, especially like people who didn't see him when he was alive, this guy was the most famous person in the world. Like, you could go to a village.
And no one will ever be on that scale again.
Like, you go to like a remote village in India and they would know Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So he was insanely famous, and that was before social media. So
Michael Jackson is the only English artist that my family's ever promoted to me. And my dad bought me that History album, which is a massive album as well, back when we had just upgraded from cassette tapes to CDs. And he bought me that album. Like, my dad doesn't even listen to English music. And he was like, this is Michael Jackson. He's the greatest.
Yeah. Same with my dad.
Yeah. I was like, that, and that's never happened again. He's never ever told me about English music after that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, technically, we never even saw his peak. So his peak was probably in the 80s when they were like in college and uni. So, and even when we were growing up, he was like the most famous person in the world. So,
true.
Yeah. So you can't underestimate how famous and popular this guy was.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like comparisons that I see now on social media that like Taylor Swift is as popular as Michael Jackson. I'm like,
Nah.
maybe multiply Taylor Swift by 5 and you might get close to Michael Jackson.
No one closes down a city to see Taylor Swift. People closed down cities to merely be in the presence of Michael Jackson, and then people would like faint and die and try and kill themselves. So people killed themselves, like literally killed themselves because they met Michael Jackson. People went crazy after this guy.
Yeah. Well, and
No one's on this level.
they kind of show it at the end of this movie where he's performing bad and the people are just fainting
Yeah.
at the sight of him. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
And that's early days as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's insane. But he had an aura, like no doubt about it. Like he was insanely talented. So anything else?
I feel like we've covered the kind of the crux of like the cool things and the weird things about the movie, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think the performances do also stack. I think if the performances weren't good, I think this would have fallen flat. So I think Jafar, the kid as
Yeah.
well, and Colman Domingo as the father.
Yeah.
The mother was also pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's she? What's her name again?
Nia Long, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we'd end this episode on a this or that, where I'll give you 2 songs. and
Oh
you-
shit. Okay, good.
yeah. Let's start with Thriller or Earth Song.
Thriller.
Thriller or Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
You shouldn't have started with Thriller, bro. Thriller.
Thriller or Smooth Criminal.
Thriller.
Okay. Thriller or Remember the Time.
Thriller. I told you, bro. You shouldn't have started with Thriller.
Thriller or Billie Jean.
Whoa, that is the question. Ah, shit. Billie Jean. I
Okay.
think.
Billie Jean
It's over.
or Man
It's
in the
over.
Mirror.
It's over. It's Billie Jean all the way to the top.
Okay. Billie Jean or Black or White.
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean or They Don't Care About Us.
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean or Beat It.
Billie Jean.
Okay. Billie Jean or The Way You Make Me Feel.
Billie Jean. I don't know what else. Billie Jean, because Thriller was beaten by Billie Jean is number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Ask me if you want some more interesting this or that, you should mix up, like, get rid of Thriller. So we've already established that, or you can chuck Thriller back in, but get rid of Billie Jean.
Okay.
Because you already know what the answers are going to be.
All right. Billie Jean out.
Billie Jean out. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go They Don't Care About Us or Beat It.
They Don't Care About Us.
Okay.
I know. A lot of people would say Beat It.
Yeah.
But for me, They Don't Care About Us.
They
I
don't-
think because They Don't Care About Us came out when I was pretty young.
It was in the 90s. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was history. So yeah.
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 And and it was in that album, and
Yeah.
I listened to it a lot. And
Yeah.
so yeah,
They Don't Care About Us or The Way You Make Me Feel.
They Don't Care About Us.
Okay. You Are Not Alone or They Don't,
They
care,
Don't Care
about
About
Us.
Us.
Want to Be Starting Something?
They Don't Care About Us. Let's get rid of They Don't Care About Us now.
Okay.
Because it's pretty high on my
Bad
list. Verse.
versus They Don't Care About Us, let's say.
They Don't Care About Us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So They Don't Care About Us
It's
is
pretty high. It's pretty high
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
So if you compare They Don't Care About Us to, I guess, Thriller album
So
is above that. Yeah.
It would be. So I would go Billie Jean, Thriller. Is there something above They Don't Care About Us? Yeah, there's probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're about to find out. Keep asking.
I actually don't have any more in the list, but I can give you some more. So Rock My World.
Versus
They Don't Care About Us.
They Don't Care About Us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would put like maybe Stranger in Moscow above They Don't Care About Us.
Okay. Human Nature.
As 3. So above Stranger in Moscow.
Okay.
So I would
Human
go
Nature's pretty good.
Billie
yeah.
Jean, Thriller, Stranger in Moscow, Human Nature. No, Human Nature, Stranger in Moscow. They Don't Care About Us.
Yeah.
And then that's where I'll start putting like Bad, Beat It.
Smooth Criminal.
I actually wouldn't put Smooth Criminal that high, but
Okay.
but it'll still be high in his discography. But I'll put Smooth Criminal in his top 10, definitely.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot because he has like 50 to 100 hits, you know?
Yeah.
Like hits.
Heal the World.
Yeah, Heal the World in my like top 20. It's like
Yeah.
a nice song, but
It's nice, yeah.
it's also a little bit cheesy.
Yeah. It is.
Earth Song I feel is very similar vibes, but it's a nicer listen. It's a bit
Yeah.
raw. There's like Dangerous is cool as well.
Yeah. Black or White's pretty good.
Black or White's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Thingo's in is it Kevin
Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that video clip, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are those original songs? Like there's like PYT, there's like
PYT.
Off
There's
the Wall.
Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana's a sick song.
Yeah.
What's weird is that Dirty Diana, I didn't even realize it was a Michael Jackson song. I thought so. The Weeknd did a cover in his like first few albums, and he sings like Michael Jackson as well.
Yeah.
And then someone was like, "Oh my god, this is the best cover of Michael Jackson I've ever heard." And I was like, "Oh my god, is that originally Michael Jackson's song?"
Yeah.
So yeah, Dirty Diana is really good. Yeah, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, and like all those songs are
they're good, but
they are
like,
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Far out. What a discography, man. This guy.
Anything in Escape? I like Chicago.
Chicago. I haven't even listened to it much. Let me have another. I'm just gonna bring up Spotify because I was looking. Oh my god.
For me, it's my favorite song is actually Beat It.
Beat It?
I really like Beat It.
Okay.
I think growing up, that's the one that my dad used to play as well. So I was like, and I liked it how they showed it in the movie too. But Beat It.
Yeah.
And
what about Billie Jean versus Thriller?
I like Thriller. I do like Billie Jean, but I like Thriller better. I know people. I think Billie Jean's the most streamed song for him. Like it's the most popular song, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's 2.8 billion.
Yeah.
His numbers are crazy, man. For a guy that was dead before Spotify came out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Spotify came out 2 years after he died or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
2011.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's probably Beat It, Thriller. Billie Jean's still.
Are you a
up
fan
there.
of Human Nature?
I like Human Nature as well. But I also like They Don't Care About Us.
You like Smooth Criminal?
I like Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal versus They Don't Care About Us.
I actually like They Don't Care About Us. Just that beat.
They Don't Care About Us. Yeah, it's a crazy beat, right?
Yeah.
And it's the fact that it's just that beat, and then him just singing on it.
Yeah.
And then the music comes in, like when the chorus hits. But or even like the part where it's like like there's not even that much music. It's just him singing and a beat going on. It's like people can't pull this shit off.
Yeah, and it's actually like incredibly difficult to sing that song.
Yeah,
like the pitch that he sings it at.
That's
like,
the other thing about Michael Jackson is that because I think it's some people have this where it's actually to do with your parenting and how you're being told to speak, but it's a speech impediment. The way he speaks is it's. So if you were to go to speech therapist, they'll tell you to not use that voice to speak because it's actually not a normal voice that you use.
Yeah.
But I think it's from him being bullied as, like, it's due to him being bullied by his dad that he has like this
high
kind
pitch.
of vocal intonation.
Yeah.
Because when he actually sings, you hear he's actually lower when he sings. Like he can obviously go high.
Yeah.
But he can also scream a low pitch as well.
Yeah.
But you really like Chicago, right?
I like Chicago, but
so
it's
Chicago versus They Don't Care About Us.
They Don't Care About Us.
Okay,
Chicago's good, but it's
let's look at some. Actually, this Off the Wall album. Yeah, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough is great. Rock With You is great. Come Together. Come Together.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's his cover of the Beatles song.
Oh, okay, yeah,
right. Yeah, the Beatles.
Maybe.
It's by the Beatles originally.
He also has an interesting relationship with Paul McCartney.
Does he?
So they were friends. They've done songs together as well.
Yeah. That's actually a good song. That song where he's like, that was early days.
Yeah,
they did that song with. That's actually a nice song. I forgot what that song's called. That's a dope song. I forgot about that song.
But like, so Paul McCartney gave him the suggestion that the way you make money in music is by buying the rights of music.
Oh, the master.
And then Michael bought all the rights of the Beatles songs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they were both trying to buy it, but Michael bought it because he was more. He
Had
was
more money.
he was wealthier, so he bought it. And till he died, he had that. He still owns them.
Yeah.
So
Weren't they all trying to buy it off him? Yeah.
yeah, and like
This is the same thing that happened with Jay-Z and Kanye, where Jay-Z bought all of Kanye's masters and refused to sell it to Kanye.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. They're supposed to be best mates. Anyway.
Yeah. So apparently, like that portfolio that he bought is worth like billions of dollars, and like
And that just goes to the estate.
I think they might have sold it recently and got like $2 billion out of it. But like what Michael was always, I think he had like paranoia towards the end of his life. Like he felt like people were going to kill him to try to get this portfolio off him. So there's all these like conspiracy theories about did he actually just die or was he killed? What's the one with Michael Jordan I think it's Jam.
Is it?
Yeah. He did a song called Jam, and Michael Jordan's in the video with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, they need to even go into Neverland. Neverland is a whole different story.
That's going to come now as well.
He's on bloody McDonald's or something. He had like all
he had
sorts
everything.
Of,
yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's what a. I mean, they nearly lived for 50 years. So like all this stuff happened to him.
I know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for coming on. I definitely could not have done justice to this by myself. Like I would have just given you a review of the film, but like I
That's
think
good. You encouraged me to watch it. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm surprised not. I still I didn't get told even on social media. I didn't get kind of pushed this movie or anything. I'm surprised. I'm still surprised it's doing so well, given that no one's gone around telling me to watch it. I'm going to tell my friends to watch it. I'm be like, look, if you enjoy the music, you should just watch it.
Yeah. Well, I told my parents to watch it.
I told my parents to watch it as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I think you'll probably like this movie, Dad. Like, watch this. Yeah. So I think that's why, like, people that generally wouldn't go out and watch movies are probably going to watch this movie. So if you want to get in touch with us, tell us your thoughts on the movie Michael. You can contact us on Cognitive Recalibration on Instagram and TikTok. Do give us a subscribe and a like on this video. That makes us more discoverable. And next, we will be talking. Actually, this episode's probably going to come out after the one we'll be reviewing later today, which is Mandalorian and Grogu. Some stuff to discuss there as well. So I'll have a special guest on that episode too, and we'll talk Star Wars once again. But the next movie that we'll actually be watching in terms of a new release will be a movie that's on my draft, which I just picked as a Hail Mary. Masters of the Universe, the He-Man movie. Which we have absolutely no nostalgia for because He-Man was not part of our childhood at all. Yeah. But there are people that older than us that actually have some nostalgia. So I was talking to some people at work and they're like, oh yeah, we might watch that. We loved He-Man growing up. So yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
It'll be interesting.
But I think it was a great pick from you to have Michael on your draft. I think it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can't wait for the other. The others will start pulling through as well. Dune, Moana.
Yeah. I think Moana and Minions.
Moana and Minions are like a bit of a cheat code. I think.
I think they'll do all right.
But I think Dune will because of how good 2 was.
I think the issue with Dune is that it's releasing the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, yeah, true.
So I think that's going to... We'll see. It might become like a Barbenheimer thing and people watch both of them, but like...
Who's got Avengers?
I got Avengers. Yeah.
I should have just pulled a steal on Avengers.
That was a tier 1 as well, so you would have been spending big money on that.
Yeah. But it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. That's at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We'll see how those do. You've also got like Supergirl on yours as well.
Yeah, I don't care about it, but
yeah,
it'll make some money.
It'll make enough, I think. Interestingly, none of us picked Odyssey or Mandalorian Grogu, so yeah.
I just don't see who's gonna watch Mandalorian Grogu, bro. Star Wars fans, kind of, not even.
I think we'll obviously talk about it in that review, but like this movie is probably not even for Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more for like maybe young Star Wars fans, like kids.
Yeah.
But not for the original Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. But thanks for joining us.
That's all right.
I'm sure we'll have you back on for another episode at some stage. But thanks for coming on and talking Michael Jackson.
No worries. Fresh off a night shift, so hopefully it wasn't too much gibberish.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for spending part of your day with us, and we'll see you in the next one.